Well, all right, ladies and gentlemen, in this video, we're going to be looking at a letter that Grant Cardone sent to President Trump, President-elect Trump, about providing financial education in schools, or providing it, I don't know about in schools, but providing financial education to the American people. And I think this is very intriguing. I don't know if Grant Cardone is going to be the guy to do it. I don't care who does it. I think we can all agree that providing financial education is something that's very much needed. I'll be upfront. I have a 10-year-old stepson. I help him with his homework every single night, Monday through Friday. And a lot of the stuff they're teaching in schools, I think we can all agree, it's not really going to help him from a business standpoint, right? And I think this knowledge is very much lacking in the school systems. It's very much lacking in households. And if we're going to break the trend and buck the current and buck the trend, we got to do something different. And I think it starts with the information that we provide to the American people. We're going to be looking at this letter. And again, we're going to kind of look at, is Grant Cardone the guy to do this? I don't know about that. First off, who is Grant Cardone? Here's a copy of his book. He wrote The 10X Rule. And Grant Cardone is a motivational speaker. He's a sales trainer turned real estate tycoon. He has a reported net worth of $600 million. And he's an American entrepreneur, right? It's a story. I love the story of the American entrepreneur. Again, Grant Cardone, love him or hate him, you can't deny his results. He has accomplished some pretty magnificent things in his career. I've known about Grant Cardone probably for about 10 years or so, and the guy just continues to, two things. Number one, get hated on, and number two, he continues to grow. He continues to do some big things. And now he was seen actually speaking at Trump's rally. So here's from October 12th, obviously prior to the election. He spoke in California. I believe it was in Coachella for this rally. Let's take a listen here to the first 30 seconds of his talk at the Trump rally.
It's true. There's going to be a shortage of tampons in this country because of so many pussies.
So again, love him or hate him, this is the delivery. This is Grant Cardone. I think he's a sales guy first, entrepreneur first. He's not very polite. He's not very polished. But I think, I think a lot of American people, either regardless of what side of the aisle politically you're on, I don't think the American people are that polished. I think, in fact, the people who come across as the most polished, this is all we've really been exposed to in my lifetime. Everything's so perfect and polished when it comes to government and politics. And I think people lose trust. People resonate more with somebody who can be themselves, be a little authentic, say a curse word every once in a while. And that is certainly Grant Cardone. Let's look at this letter he wrote to President Donald Trump. And this was September 6th. 2024. So this is prior to the election. And Grant Cardone is basically offering his services, donating his time. And this is what he said to President Donald Trump. I want to assist your administration in rolling out a nationwide financial education program, financial freedom for all Americans, that will be ready for the public on the first day of your administration. He had not even been elected yet. So Grant Cardone's wanting to get himself out there and be early here, right? Financial freedom for all Americans will provide wealth education to all Americans on exactly how they can achieve financial freedom. This will be the first time in over 20 years the government has attempted any financial education in this country. The last time was by Bush in 2002. However, the country was not ready. Bush was not the right person, and the technology didn't exist to scale the initiative. Because of the lifestyles on display in social media, we have a country inspired to create wealth. The technology exists so we can scale using streaming, public broadcasting, and social media at virtually little or no cost to the government. And most importantly, you have the personality and track record to inspire the American public that financial freedom is a real possibility. On January 6th, I can be ready to roll out financial freedom for all Americans. The goal would be to build the strongest, most financially independent middle class on the planet. I would donate my time and resources to assist your administration in creating millions of new millionaires across our country. Financial freedom for all Americans can be rolled out at scale in 3 phases. Number 1, public awareness. Number 2, curriculum. Number 3, delivery. I already have the curricula available and delivery mechanisms already exist, and the Trump administration would create the awareness. Make financial independence a reality for all Americans. This will revive and inspire the American people, pull those in poverty up, build a stronger middle and upper class, result in lower crime, increased productivity, more spending, and a happier, less divided America whose citizens no longer feel hopeless and reliant on the government. Sincerely, Grant Cardone. So there you have it, everybody. He wrote this letter in September. He spoke at Trump's rally. So obviously the letter was received, right? If he wrote this letter, but then was asked to speak at a Trump rally in October. So he wrote the letter in September. He spoke in October. I think it was received. I think this is not too far off of a possibility that this is going to happen. I think it's a brilliant thing. And it could be said, it's like, well, doesn't this information already exist at local libraries? I believe it does. But I think if we could condense financial education or at least just learn about financing and loans, specifically when it comes to real estate, I think Grant Cardone's onto something here. That's something they do not teach in school. I personally had to learn it from experience, but this is the way you build wealth in real estate. It is understanding the loans, the financing programs, creating cash flow, creating affordable housing. This is very valuable information that is not taught in schools. And I think to make this free for American households is a very powerful thing. And I would like to see that happen. I would also like to know what your comments are. We looked at kind of Grant Cardone's experience, but we also looked at kind of the way he is. He's a little bit brash. He drops a lot of F-bombs. And, he's doing that out in public. This is who he is. But I do think it is a valid idea, whether it's, produced by Grant or by somebody else. I would like to see more financial education for all Americans, for the middle class, the upper class, the lower class, doesn't matter. And I do agree that crime goes down. Look at areas that are thriving, right? There's the lowest amount of crime when people are creating financial wealth and abundance. Go to the neighborhoods where people are making money, and you typically see the lowest crime. The highest crime is in the more poverty-stricken areas. So getting this information out to people, I do believe, would actually lower crime, make America a better place. I'm interested to hear, what are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, we appreciate your support. Thank you for subscribing to our channel, and we will see you on the next video.